You're going to your favorite McDonald's restaurant and you order a burger, a fries, and maybe even a big old drink. But is the food really clean? Let's talk about it. Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Minded Bike 98 back here with another video. Now, today's video is like a part 2 to restaurants. You guys might have seen my one video on the employee's point of view working in a restaurant, how tough it is, how it can be. You guys can check that video out. There's a link to it in the description below. In today's video, we're going to be mainly talking about if restaurants are actually safe to eat food from. I am qualified to actually speak for restaurants in general because I've worked for a total of 4 restaurants, for each of them for at least I'd say give or take a year, except one of them was only for a month, but I'll get into that later. But anyway, I have a lot of experience in restaurants, and I know exactly how clean they can get, how dirty they are, and how clean the food is when you get it from Hardee's. I currently work for Sonic. I worked before at Sonic. That was more like a year ago. I've also worked with my first job at Village Inn. It's a dine-in restaurant, probably about 2016, but still, I worked there, so I'm qualified to talk about it. I've also worked for a bigger, well-known restaurant called Checkers in the southern area of Florida. They're more of a drive-through type restaurant. And finally, I currently work at Hardee's. Now, each of those restaurants, I have actually worked for at least a year at them. But Sonic, I only worked for a couple months, but I do have a lot of inside knowledge on how clean their food is and how professional they are when they are preparing the food for you. Burgers, fries, chicken, sweets, ice cream, whatever you order at a restaurant. I know exactly how clean it is, what they are qualified to do and are not allowed to do. Now, first of all the food you get from restaurants, about 90 to 95% of the time, they're going to be clean food. They're not going to be outdated. It's going to be mostly fresh. Some of the buns might be like a day or two old, but that's not a problem. I'm pretty sure you guys have bread in your houses that is probably more than 3 or 4 days old if you don't have a big family. So, don't be yelling at the restaurants. But anyway, like I said before, restaurants have clean food. I know this personally. Now, as a restaurant, you are supposed to keep a clean and well kept up restaurant, cleaning floors, making sure the counters are kept clean, making sure that the food lines are all wiped down each and every time an order is made and cashed out. We are required to make sure that your food is being served on a clean platter, making sure that all the food coming from the restaurants is clean and is sanitary. And for the most part, a lot of restaurants, or most of the restaurants, actually require you to wear gloves so you don't actually touch the food, whether it's being prepped, whether it's being put in a cooler, whether it is being put on a platter just to defrost. You're always going to be dealing with experts, okay? They know that they're supposed to keep their hands off of the food unless they have gloves, so there's nothing to worry about. I know this. I've been working in restaurants for about 4.5, 5 years now. There are a lot of people who've worked in it longer, but they can still tell you that there are a lot of restaurants that do have perfectly clean platters for you. But anyway, you might have seen on social media some different pictures, such as restaurant workers posting pictures about some dirty restaurants like this one right here. I just took this one off of Google. I was trying to find a dirty restaurant to show you. This is not probably the most sanitized restaurant, but at the end of the day, the restaurants are required to clean up their station. They're required to make sure the whole restaurant is sanitary, cleaned, and wiped down to make sure that diseases and bacteria and everything doesn't get tracked onto food the next day, or sometimes they do it during the day while restaurants are operating on food. But anyway, they may look like this, but not even about, maybe I'd say about an hour later, if you're looking at this picture, the restaurant's going to be looking like this. It's going to be clean. They're supposed to keep it clean. Inspectors come through to make sure the restaurant is clean. If it's not clean, then it is shut down. It is very important. Okay? You guys, I just wanted to let you guys know that restaurants are required to keep their restaurants clean. But since COVID-19 has gone around, it is now illegal for any restaurant who has a cashier not to wear gloves and masks. So yes, that is law in case you are asking. So yes, everything, even when it's bagged, is always being held by a hand that has a glove on it. So nothing is being touched by bare hands, other than maybe a counter after it's done being cleaned or before it's been cleaned. Even then, we are supposed to clean our hands after pretty much every order. I mean, I won't lie, not a lot of restaurant people do in restaurants, and people are lazy. I'll admit, I've been lazy from time to time, and I've not cleaned my hands once I went on to the next food. But I kept gloves on to make sure that the sandwiches, make sure that all the food that was going in the bag was clean, that my hands had not touched them, even if they were dirty. But even if you know that a restaurant isn't being too sanitary about their food, you can guarantee that the platters and the counters that are coming from the sandwiches, they're always clean, sanitized. You're supposed to keep it clean. So even if the rest of the restaurant is actually dirty, even if maybe the fryer it has like a black oil in it, they're gonna change that oil. They're gonna clean that counter. Even if the rest of the restaurant is dirty, they're always gonna make sure to clean it so that the next crew that comes through has a nice, clean area to make the food. So anyway, I just want to let you guys know, the restaurants you guys eat from, they have sanitary spots. They're required to keep the floors clean, the counters clean, everything. So you have nothing to worry about, especially during these days. Zoom in here so you guys can actually see. Everything in here is clean, even if it's not maybe a legit restaurant. That's basically what a new or a clean in general restaurant looks like after it's done serving food. They're supposed to clean their restaurant, make sure everything, the utensils, the platters, the cookware, everything is cleaned. So anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. Make sure you guys check out my Discord, link in the description below. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to the 1,000 subscriber mark, so help me out there. And make sure to check out my Discord once again. And I guess I'll see you guys in the very next video. I know it's been a while, but I will see you next time. Bye-bye.